So these heifers that I got done calving out, we got done, I don't know what it was, a week or two ago. But they were a really nice, calm bunch of heifers. Didn't have hardly any problems at all. Nothing got snuffy. None of them were wild. Turned them out, back out this way. And I don't know, something must have went through them, a dog or a coyote or mountain lion or something. But there's a bunch that are in the wrong pastures. Something must have run them through the fence, or with their calves at least. But that's what I'm headed out to do now. I'm going to go and try to get everything back where it needs to be. I got some stuff out this way, some stuff out that way, and then stuff out that way further. So I'm going to go catch Spud and saddle him up, and we're going to go try to get this taken care of. So if you want to come along, here we go. So if you're not familiar with Spud, this is him. I call him that because he was born in Idaho, and it's also in part of his registered name. He's probably, I don't know what he is, 8 or 9 years old now. He's an old pro. He's probably he's the go-to horse for me now. Chickens, shut up. I'm making a video. God. Anyway, there's Spud. So I'm about to put my boots on, and I thought I'd ask if anybody else has socks like these. Anybody else got this pair of socks like this? They're pretty nice. So here's the first two. They've got to be over in that pasture with those gals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this gate right here, and then I'm going to go down there, go through that gate, and then hopefully just trot up here around them, bring them back down through that gate, and then back along this fence line and right back out there. That's the plan. We'll see if it works. And then I will probably ride up along this fence line and see if there's a big hole in it anywhere. But that's plan A. Plan B is to just take them all the way down this fence line, and maybe they'll find the hole and hop back in here, or there's a gate way down that way. Plan C is just to go home and have somebody else do it. But look how nice and calm and docile these gals are. Why are they jumping fences and ended up where they're not supposed to be? So I think something out here ran them through it. Somebody's dog or coyote or something. All right, so we made it through the gate back there and headed to the second gate now. Then once I get these gals through, I've got to go off over that way, and then probably there's a gate right over this way. I've got to go through over this hill, and then I think the cows are way down back that way a ways, and I've got to bring them back into this pasture. All right, so plan A worked pretty good. But so the other day, I think I read it somewhere about a guy who was out riding and his horse fell over with him, and then he got tangled up in his lariat catch rope that he had tied on his saddle. And so he wasn't going to let his horse up because he was afraid he'd get drugged. And the only knife that he had was, a belt knife on his hip, and he couldn't reach it and get it. And he said after that, anytime he would go riding, he'd always carry a neck knife. So I decided I'm going to start carrying one also. This isn't like an advertisement or anything. I believe this knife was made by a company called Whiskey Bar Knives, and it came with the sheath. I just added the little paracord, and they're pretty high quality knives, and I wear mine around my neck like that when I'm out riding. So if I ever get in a pickle like that, maybe I can get myself out of it. I don't think he ever actually ended up getting drugged. I think somebody found him, but it was probably still scary for a while. But anyway, I'm headed off over the hill. I think there's about 10 or 12 pairs over in this other pasture. It goes down that way quite a ways, and then the gate I got to go through is back that way quite a ways. So we'll see how it goes. Something else I thought I'd add here is how to set up gates when you're moving cows. So the cows were in that pasture. I'm going to come through here. So the gate opens from this side. So you always want to open it up with the flow. So you can have the gate come this way. So I had it come over this way, and I had it propped up over here. And the reason you do that is, if the cows had gone past this or something and I had to go up there and turn them, those calves aren't going to end up knocking into this or going between that gate and the fence and getting tangled up and causing a wreck or anything like that. So that's why you always open the gate with the flow of the cows. And that's the same with gates and corrals also. I've had to tell a couple young guys that before, so I thought I'd add that. So another little tip I thought I'd share while I'm riding around out here looking for these pairs is this time of year in Wyoming, the first part of June, you want to watch out for baby antelope. Right when they're born, and for the first couple days or weeks or whatever, the moms will just lay them down somewhere, and their instincts or whatever you want to call it tells them to just lay still until something basically walks right on top of them. So you could be riding along making a stupid TikTok or talking to your buddy, not paying attention, and those little baby antelope won't move until you're a couple inches from them, and they blend in so well, and then they'll jump up and you might be on a bronc ride, or you might be loping along, and then when you go by them, they jump up and give out a little bleat, and that just adds to the jump scare and to maybe to the ferocity of your bronc ride. So just something to keep in mind. And another thing is, if you're out and you find a little baby antelope laying somewhere and there's not another antelope in sight, that does not mean that antelope's mom went and died and this is now some orphan that you have to take home to take care of. They don't take their babies with them everywhere, and they're not with them 24 hours a day. When they're first born, they're too little and they don't have the energy to walk clear to water and clear over to wherever the mom wants to graze next. So they lay them down somewhere for the majority of the day. So don't think that you've become some sort of hero and you're saving a little baby antelope. You took it from its mom more than likely if you do that. So little tip I thought I'd share to keep you from getting bucked off or doing something stupid. But see the pairs down there, so we're gonna go see if we can't move them this way. So there's 8 cows and 7 calves. So obviously I'm missing a calf, so I kind of ride around and see if maybe he's laying down in this little dry creek napping or something, or if he's over there by those trees in the shade. I'll let them kind of wander that way. Hopefully they know where he's at and want to go mother up, but hopefully I find him. If not, maybe he's just back with the rest where they're supposed to be. But I'm gonna get all the tag numbers and see which gal's missing her calf, and then hopefully I find the calf, or if at branding time if I haven't found him by branding time, then I'll keep an eye out for him and see if he's in there. So that's what I'm up to now. So I do kind of think he's around somewhere, because all those cows look like they have been nursed on and they're still making milk. But heifers are they're kind of the type that they don't really care what calf is nursing on them as long as one's nursing them. They just know that that's how it's supposed to go. So it could be that he's laying down in this little draw or over there in the shade of those trees, or the extra cow is just letting these other calves nurse on him. But I'll look around here, and I'd hate to move these cows to where they're supposed to be and accidentally leave him behind, because I don't think he'd be able to find his way back, and it'd be a silly reason to lose a calf. But if not, I will get the tag number of the extra cow here, and then if it comes down to it, I'll just have to watch for that calf at branding time. But I'm going to spend some time looking around in this area for that calf and hopefully find him. But that's what I'm up to here for the next bit. Well, let me switch sides because of the sun. So if it does come down to it and I can't find this calf, and then we do end up finding him when we brand, that means he was in with all the other pairs and his mom basically just abandoned him and came clear down here. And that'll mean that she'll have to go. We'll end up selling her because she's not raising her calf. She left it. And there hasn't been anything walking the fence down there, looking for a calf. So it's not like she tried or anything. But he's big enough that if he was just laying out here on the grass, I'd be able to see him. So that's why I'm walking along this little creek here, just to make sure. And then they all did head over to those trees. So I'll go check and see if he's shaded up over there, but I kind of doubt it. Usually when you come into some pairs like that, they will usually go find their calf pretty quick, and they all kind of just stood around watching me, and I was able to get all their tag numbers wrote down and check all the calves tags to see who was the long cow. So that's how that works. Well, I kind of had a hunch he was back here laying in the shade, just taking it easy. That's what I'd be doing. But at least I found him and he's all right. I have to kick him out of a shady spot and take him back where he belongs. So here we go. Well, they're moving along pretty slow, but luckily I got this fence line to kind of help me keep them along it, and I don't have to do as much riding back and forth, but slowly but surely we're getting there. Well, now that we're in the pasture we need to be, I watched that last little calf that I had to find there, and I think he's feeling a little bit puny. I think he's got some scours, so I'm going to try to rope him and tie him down and get some medicine in him. He just needs something to kind of rehydrate him and stuff, so I'm going to try to do that. Then go on over here, and there's a couple other pairs that are off in another pasture that are supposed to be in here, so let's see if I can get that taken care of. Well, we got him tied down here, and his mom luckily doesn't quite know where he's at for the moment till we get him doctored, because I don't want her to run me over. I don't think she would, but I'm gonna have my wife bring some medicine right here by the road, so should be a pretty easy deal. This bud did really good. I threw like a 90-foot shot. It was awesome. All right, well, got him all doctored, so I'll just let him get up and leave at his leisure. Well, I thought I was pretty much done. Then I seen these gals walking down this draw, and they just need to be, the fence line's like right there, so I just got to go up a gate up there with them. So I'll wait till they're all done drinking and then push them that way. Well, I think everything back where it needs to go, and this calf that I just doctored is back with his mom right there. So, but I'm not gonna say that I think I'm all done, because every time I say that then something else comes up. But I'm gonna head in the direction of the house, and hopefully I don't see anything else. On a more sad note, while I was doctoring that calf with the scours there, I got some of it on my shirt. And I was planning on wearing this shirt for at least 2 or 3 weeks, but I can't do it with that, because people think it's mustard and think I'm a sloppy eater, and then when I tell them what it really is, then they'll just be grossed out. So, dang. Well, made it back to the house, and there was nothing else going on, so I'm done with that. And it's a real nice evening. Kids are running around playing, and I'm probably going to go do an ice bath and eat some supper. So, thanks for coming along and watching.